Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Amakhosi draws 2-2 with Royal AM. Royal AM basically takes 3 points away from Kaizer Chiefs, but it's actually Kaizer Chiefs that gives 3 points to Royal AM. I am so upset in this video. I am so angry. And today, I don't know who to blame, but at the same time, I want to blame Nabi. And before I get into that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, we had too many chances in the first half. Now here I blame the players. Too many missed chances. Mad, one-on-one missed chance. Dushabalala, missed chance in the box. Modi, instead of passing or cross the same time, Modi dribbles the keeper, then he passes the defenders. Like, there were 2 to 3 players free in the box. Modi, for whatever reason, decided to make the hard thing. When he even squares in the box, he doesn't think. Modi, today when I watched Modi, I was like, you know what? Modi today played like Sahile. He lacked brains. He was just kicking and hoping for the best. And I say this saying that Ranga Chivavero had a good performance second half. Ranga Chivavero had a good performance, but he was let down by Modi. Everything that touched Modi's legs just ended up in a disaster. And you know what? Today, every week I come in and I say, hey, Matt. Today, I'll be honest. Today, Matt was my man of the match. Matt was my man of the match because he played a clean game. He found the Kaizer Chiefs players. He actually helped us play today. You know, sometimes you have to give credit to a person who has had a very good performance. And for me, Matt today is my man of the match. In the previous game, I said Mteto was my man of the match, but Mteto was not my man of the match today. Today it was Matt. But you know what? First half, guys, after the first half, I knew there's something in me said this. Something in me said Royal AM is going to come back and score. Not because Royal AM is good, but because of the mistakes that Chiefs are making. Like, number one, Chiefs, when they say, like, you get drunk over your own success. You get drunk over your own achievements. And that's what Chiefs was doing in the first half, which showed Umaduka, there's a problem. Chiefs, there's mbobos. And my biggest problem in Nabi's play today was Bradley Cross. At some point, I was like, Nabi, take out Cross and put in Mashiani. Cross lacked discipline. Cross lacked discipline. Every time Royal AM played the ball, they would just play it behind Cross because Cross, for whatever reason, is not even in line with his defenders. He's way in front. So I'm like, Cross, stop going up front. And the thing, let me ask Kaizer Chiefs fans this. Let me ask you guys this. Is there a benefit to Cross going up front and creating and trying to score? Let's just put this on the table. Do we benefit from Cross trying to assist in attack and trying to make runs? What has Cross done that has made us happy that he should be going up front and assisting the plays and stuff like that? And my answer is this. He has not done enough. The Cross I want to see is the Cross who can make passes from the back and find the midfielders. I don't need him to make overlapping runs. What I need is that on the left, if Serino is there, I need Matt to support Serino as another creative outlet. I need Mteto to support Serino. So if you guys were thinking, no, but if Cross doesn't overlap, we will lack players. No, that's why we have midfielders. That's why we have Dushabalala. That's why we have Serino. That's why we have these players who will go and support Serino on the left. But Cross must not move. And that was my problem in the first half. And you know what happened? In the second half, they scored using that exact same thing. Why? Because Cross is always up front. He's not standing in his position, and it forces Dudley to go and close down Frost's opponents. And that is where the problem comes in. And the funny thing that I don't realize about Nabi, and this is where I'm going to question Nabi's coaching. Nabi, what teams tend to do when they're trailing against Kaizer Chiefs is that they take this approach of adding two attackers to sit with our back four. And this is what SuperSport did to us. I think they did that with Morris, and then Ndlovu was playing off the ball. This, I think Magesi did the same thing. But what Nabi does is that he still gives Mthethwa, Matt, and some Kellos one who was now our next player. He still gives them freedom to go up front. And I said no. If the team is now planting two attackers to sit with your back four, Mthethwa must never move. Even if we are attacking, Mthethwa must sit deep. He must always be covered in case Dudley leaves his position. Mthethwa must be there. But I don't understand what happens. The reason why I'm saying all of these things is that one thing that I'll fault Nabi in is that when you watch Nabi's teams now, and this is what I've just analyzed. When you watch Nabi's teams actually lack structure. They lack structure, which is why we're conceding goals. We can attack and score goals, but we concede goals because our team lacks structure. You will see in moments, you will see Cross and Blom going up front, or Solomons. But then when they go up front, why is there no one who drops into their spaces? Why is Mthethwa not dropping back and then creating another 4 defenders there so that we consolidate it in case we turn over the ball? Because that is the Kaizer Chiefs we are now. We don't have the quality kind of players who can use the ball. We are a turnover team. A turnover team means that in our need to be offensive and create, we lose a lot of balls because our team does not have quality players. So, for example, Mdusha Balala, since last game, I got a first touch. Uduba, same story. He doesn't know how to be creative. They lose the ball. It's those small anyana things. Udu Priest also sometimes doesn't know what's happening. He loses the ball. I'm not saying they had bad games. I'm saying this is what happens when we have continuous attacks. We turn over the ball. And when you turn over the ball, what the next team does is that they hit you on counters. So my thing is that now against Royal AM, that is what they were doing. But we didn't find a way. We get overexcited that we are creating chances, that we forget that if this team gets the ball, they are just going to kick to their runners, and that is what happened today. The 2 goals we conceded, let me start with that point that annoyed me. The 2 goals that we conceded today, Msimango and Dudley are at fault. Msimango and Dudley are at fault. Why? Because Msimango and Dudley were lunging. Why are they lunging? Why are they not reading the game? Msimango, he's the last man. If you're the last man, there's one thing you do. You either take the man or the ball. You're the last man. You take the man or the ball. What does Msimango do? Ask yourself, what does Msimango do? He takes nothing. He is the last man. If Msimango just got a red card there in that instant, we would have won the game. But Msimango lacks knowledge. Msimango thinks that because he has long legs, he can get this guy. If I was the last man in that instance, guys, and I was like, it's a 50-50, I'm taking this guy. See, was so too much. Red card. Red card. And then there's no problem. We regroup. 10 versus 11, we make a plan, we win the game. But no, Abom Simango, in a 50-50 challenge, he thinks, I've got this. I have got this. No, guys, no. Blom literally did that thing in the challenge, the point where Royal AM got the free kick. Blom saw that, hey, if I leave this guy to continue with this run, this guy's going to score. So Blom said, I'm going to take him out. Blom took him out, the guy, and then Blom got a yellow card because they were supporting players. But Msimango does not have the game intelligence to know such things. That's things. Sometimes I want to blame Nabi, but also sometimes, guys, like these players, they lack the ability to think. Mfundo Vilagazi, we in the dying minutes of the game. You are our energizer bunny. Why are you diving? Why are you diving, Baba? Like, hey, you know what? A lot of people are going to be like, he was touched. No, Mfundo was falling before that guy even touched him. Even if there's a touch, when someone touches you, but you're already halfway to the ground, that is the kind of touch if there was a touch. And that is why they said, this guy would dive before the legs even come. He's looking for it most. So that's one thing I'll say about Mfundo Vilagazi. Like, we should not have drawn this game. I don't understand how we drew this game. Like, in extra time, guys, we consider goal. We were going to have 13 points. We were going to have 13 points. You know, that makes me sad. It makes me sad that we have games like Royal AM and games like Magesi. Supersport I can take because I know what kind of team Supersport is. We struggle with Supersport. But Royal AM, guys, like, the one thing I will say today is Kaizer Chiefs deserves this result. And to the Kaizer Chiefs fans, I've been saying this on and on and on, again and again and again and again. If you don't have lethal strikers, you are going to cry even when there's created chances. I don't know how many times I have to tell people this, because people think that you need a creative midfielders. We do need midfielders, but we need a striker more than midfielders. You know, I cannot fault Rangachi Vavero. Rangachi Vavero today, he was the creator. But I just need a striker who, if any of you have watched the game before, Amazulu versus Richards Bay that played this afternoon, please go watch Mbutum. Please go watch Uyanele Mbutum. I have been mentioning this boy since I don't know how long. I have been mentioning this boy again and again. Guys, this boy is a workhorse. He knows how to read the game and he has technique. You know, when I see this boy, I'm like, Pirates is going to sign this guy. Pirates is going to sign this guy, and this guy is going to start banging goals for Pirates, and then we are going to be like, oh, how did Pirates get this guy? This guy is really good. No, because I need to when he's doing good. You guys want him to score 15 goals before you sign him. Sometimes you can see Mbutuma's only... Why Mbutuma can't reach 15 goals at Richards Bay is because he lacks creative players. All of Mbutuma's goals that he scored, that he's scoring, he's not scoring because they're creating for him. He's finding these goals. He's finding them. It's like these guys, Royal AM, will score like the goal that they scored against Chiefs. They just scored the ball, but Mbutuma made sure that he finds it, because that guy wasn't squaring to find. He wasn't squaring and put the ball on Mbutuma's head. He literally put the ball to Dudley's head, but Mbutuma was smart enough to get in front of this guy, Dudley, and header it. But you know what? It is a poor performance. I am sad about this draw. For me, this draw is a loss. Like, this was watching Bafana versus Uganda when we drew 2-2 in South Africa. It felt like that. It felt like you have no reason to have lost this game. But at the same time, I will say Nabi, look, I don't want to be too harsh on Nabi because he's still building, and he did say he needs players who match his system. But at the same time, there's certain things I expect Nabi to see, like Cross. I expect Nabi to make a change for Cross, because Cross is not doing something right. When he added Samkelo's one, I was like, good, consolidate the midfield, step one. But step two is replace Cross. Because Cross, he's always out of position. He's getting excited. And I don't like that. Why is it that Blom stopped going up front because of this Sitole boy? But Cross kept going up front. And now the goal came from Cross's side. And some of you will be like, you being harsh on Cross. No, guys, if a player is out of position, it forces Dudley to cover that guy. It forces Dudley to go to that guy. And that is how we find ourselves in those positions. But it's not a single player is at fault today. It's the whole team that is at fault. The people I'll praise today is Matt. I'll praise Ashley Dupree. And let me close this out by talking about Peterson. The rest of the stuff I'll talk tomorrow. Peterson, I feel like, is a player who, if he makes a mistake, he will become bad for the rest of the game. In the first half, he made that mistake where the cross went and the ball went through his legs. And after that, he was jumping and hitting Kaizer Chiefs players. He gets hit by almost halfway line, a goal from almost halfway line. After that, I was like, oh, Peterson. It was like watching Njabulo Ngobo whenever he made a mistake for Chiefs, he would never be the same again. In that game, he would never be the same. That's why we would always say it's better to have Quinica, because if Quinica makes a mistake, he would not allow the mistake to affect him. He goes back as if he didn't make the mistake. And that's the thing. Peterson, for the rest of the game, lost command. And this is what I'm going to tell you. If me as a striker, I look good to this keeper, he's now lost his confidence, I am going to fetch him. I will fetch this keeper because I can see good to this guy, we have a chance to score against this guy. And that's literally how the first goal came. The first goal came because this guy was like, Peterson is not make sure, let me take a chance. But anyway, Amakhosi for life. Thank you for listening to the channel. It's a bad day. People are going to laugh at us. This was a game we were not meant to lose. Draw. It's a lose, actually. It's a lose. Amakhosi.